Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. I'm a little oversaturated. I know it's weird. I usually look a lot whiter than this, but yeah, yeah. We got some fat electrician. I'm not feeling too good today. I went to the gym back after the Thanksgiving break. There, I did some squats and I puked my guts out. So that was pretty embarrassing. Not in the gym. I went outside to do that. I went home. Yeah, anyway, this was a suggestion from Mike. I know the last name, but I won't say the last name. But this is a suggestion from Mike. Sent me an email for a suggestion, which usually you can just put that in the comments. But yeah, sent me an email, sinistercharlie@gmail.com if you want to suggest anything. Or do that in the comments. Military cooks. When I was in the military, I hardly ever ate at the galley. That's what we call it in the Navy. It's not the mess hall or anything. Yeah, but I maybe when I didn't stay in the barracks for very long. Like right after I got into the barracks at my first, well, actually, you know what? Second duty station is where I got out of the barracks when I made E4. So, but yeah, I never really had any problem. Anyway, let's get into it.
Today we're talking about military cooks. If you don't know, pretty much everybody in the military has the same attitude towards cooks. That being, everybody talks smack about cooks, but I better not catch anybody talking smack about my cook. Except for the Space Force. They don't even have cooks.
Yeah, what a bunch of jerks. Yeah, you want to get in good with the cooks, especially if you're like on it's good for if you're on like a field exercise, or I've never been on a ship, but I hear it's good if you're on a ship. Like you want to make friends with the cooks, postmen or whatever they call them in the Navy. I can't remember. And the doc, the corpsman. That's who you want to make friends with. Just
where they're going, they don't need nutrition. I'm not even joking. There's only 13 jobs in that entire branch. If you don't know, there's 3 jobs in the military that you never want to upset, and that is supply, doc,
supply,
and the
doc,
cooks.
and
which
cooks.
Coincidentally, for
I honestly, the mailman, you'd want the mail staff. I don't know what you call them. I don't think I ever interacted with any of them. But the postal stuff you don't want to mess with.
I'm sure completely unrelated reasons are the people that get you the beer, the people that hydrate you when you're hungover, and the people that feed you when you're hungover. You can ask anybody that's been in the military ever, and they will let you know there's no better cure for a hangover than an IV from Doc and the cook's famous watery eggs and chunky coffee. Yeah, it's not just military-grade vehicles that leak fluid. It's the military-grade eggs, too. And that is not me taking a shot at how good of a job the cooks do. Don't get me wrong, military food is not that great, but nobody is less happy about that than the cooks. The cooks do the absolute best job they can do with what they're given, and they would do better if they could. But to be honest, they're simply just not given good food to work with. Uncle Sam.
I will say I do remember a meal. Two places. At Shepherd Air Force Base in Wichita Falls, Texas. They had really good, but that was the Air Force, but they get better food. Some of the best biscuits and gravy I've ever had. And then we had surf and turf once in Okinawa. That was really good. It's 2 things I remember.
Who cares about having food that is good for you, not necessarily food that's good? I can't tell you the amount of times I've heard somebody say something along the lines of, oh, he was just a cook. She was just a cook. The word just is not applicable to this job, believe me. It's not like they're going in there cooking dinner for a family of 4, okay? A military cook works on a ratio of 100 to 1, meaning for every 1 cook, they're supposed to be able to feed 100 different troops. You remember how stressed out your mom was cooking Thanksgiving dinner for like 12 people? Yeah, now imagine that all day, every day, 2 to 3 times a day. And when I say every day, I mean every day, because guess what? Grunts eat on weekends and holidays too.
Yeah.
And they have to work a bunch of funky hours because they have to be up early enough to get breakfast ready for everybody else.
Yeah, especially like if you're on deployment, you know, I know cooks like in some galleys, they would be working like around the clock. It's pretty crazy.
And this is the part where all the moms are like, well, that does sound like a lot of hard work, but at least you won't be doing anything too dangerous. Wrong. If I know anything about the military, it is that experiences may vary. Like on a naval vessel, when they say get to your battle stations, do you think the cooks are just going to hang out in the kitchen? I mean, I got a grandfather-in-law that was a cook during the Korean War, and his battle station was to man a 40-millimeter anti-aircraft gun. And fun fact, this was back in the day before they had earplugs. Yeah, you thought 3M was bad? He was rocking no M's. He doesn't have 10-itis. He's got 11-itis. When I'm in a quiet room with that guy, I can hear the ringing in his ears. I also personally know multiple Army and Marine cooks that were voluntold to go out on combat missions. All I'm saying is you can't...
Yeah, I knew a store clerk in the Navy who was our gunner in our third vehicle when we were in Iraq for convoy security. Yeah, it's you get told to do whatever they tell you to do, you're going to do. You're not going to be doing just your job.
Judge somebody's service based on their job title. And here's the other thing. I can only imagine being a cook in the military is stressful as fuck. For one, I don't want to be the person standing between 100 grunts and their next meal. And for two, I definitely don't want to mess up that meal and give everybody food poisoning. There's not enough toilets on post to handle that situation. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what type of apex grunt you are or how many push-ups or sit-ups you can do. Nobody is a tough guy when they're stuck on the toilet. And as a medic, if I walk in the bathroom and it sounds like somebody's getting fucking waterboarded in the stall, there's not a whole lot I can do to help you. And do not even get me started on military-grade toilet paper because that stuff is not finger-proof, I'll tell you that much. In conclusion, the cooks provide everyone with the fuel they need to accomplish their mission. And that is why their motto is death from within, or as I like to call it, unhealthcare from within. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy yourself some merch at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang, out. Man, I miss those watery eggs.
Do you? I mean, it's better than a veggie omelet MRE, but, you know, I think we all know that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is weird. My camera's doing some weird stuff. I'm sorry if I keep going in and out of different colors. I'm a chameleon now. I learned how to do that over this holiday week. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below. Makes me feel real good inside. And if you got any suggestions like this one, I'm pretty I would assume I'm gonna watch just every single one of these at some point. But yeah, if you got any suggestions, I've got an email, sinistercharlie@gmail.com, and then we've got just in the comments if you want to. If you wanted to send a link, I'd probably do that through email though, because sometimes it doesn't go through on YouTube comments. So, all right, until next time, bye.